Hey everybody, and welcome to another Cricut Craft tutorial. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to my channel. That is totally free and it makes you part of my crafty family here on YouTube. Don't forget to check out my Instagram as well. I post tons of great content over there, including some previews for upcoming tutorials, and we do lots of fun games and polls and things like that over on Instagram. You can find me at Corinne_Blackstone Crafts. And don't forget my free newsletter on my website, CorinneBlackstone.com. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys the difference between printable sticker paper and printable vinyl. We'll be using some Nito brand products that I am so excited about. I love these products. They're super fun, super easy to work with, and what I love is even their glossy papers, which is what we're going to be using today. We're going to be using their clear glossy, and we're also going to be using their super glossy printable vinyl. The Cricut has no problem cutting these, which I think is a great feature. So we're going to talk about the difference and what makes printable sticker paper and printable vinyl different from each other and the applications that would be best for each of these products. So let's get started. We're going to start with Cricut Design Space so I can show you guys the process from start to finish. So what I'm going to do is click Upload Image and then click Browse and find where I saved my images. And I'll show you two ways to upload these images. It's pretty easy, but I saved them under my Print and Cut folder. And these have weird names, so I'm just going to find the one that I know. And you'll see that it has the checkered background, meaning that the background is transparent. I'm going to save it as complex, and these are going to be print and cut images. So on this screen, it's going to just be simple as clicking continue. Then you want to click the one that is full color, which is your print and cut image, and click upload. We're going to need to do that for a couple of these because I'm going to do a couple different styles. Now, because these images are pretty large, it can take a moment. So the other option is to click Upload Image, and instead of clicking Browse, you can actually drag and drop your images. So I'm going to go into my Print and Cut folder, and I'll find the next Mickey ear set that I downloaded, and all I'm going to do is click on it and drag it over into my Cricut Design Space. Do the same thing, select Complex and click Continue. Continue again, and then save it as a print and cut image. I'm going to go ahead and do that for the rest of my images. There's just a couple of them that I want to put in here, and then I'll show you guys how to insert all of them at once. Now that I've uploaded the images that I want to use, what I'm going to do is choose one image, then hold Control, or on a Mac you'll hold Command on your keyboard and click each of the images that you want to put in to your Design Space canvas. Click Insert Images, and this may take a moment because these are pretty large, and Print and Cut is hard for the Cricut Design Space to handle sometimes, especially if your images are large. So just give it a little bit of time to upload those images into your canvas. Once it uploads them, I'm going to go ahead and just size them way down real quick by going up here to where it says Size, and I'm just going to change them to 5 for now just to make them smaller. I'll pull them all apart, and we are going to need to do a little bit of work with these because I do want to put an offset on them, because these ones specifically with the flowers and this one with the crown have transparent areas that the sticker paper is going to want to cut out, and I don't want it to cut those parts. An easy way to see where you have a transparent area is to click where it says blank canvas, and up at the top you'll see just real small it says color with a little square. If you click on that square, you can change the color of your canvas and it can help you see all the places that it's going to cut. I do prefer to use a pretty dark color when doing this because as you see here, it'll cut out these little holes, and there's a couple holes here that it's going to cut. So we're going to use an offset on these just to help combat that. So what I'm going to do is select one of my ears, and up at the top, I'm going to click Offset. Now I'm going to reduce my offset to be pretty small. I don't really want a large offset, so I'm just going to make it 0.1. That's a pretty small offset, and again, these are going to take a second to process. So once you've got it set to the size you want, just click Apply. And it should, with any luck, turn black. Now, I will say that a couple times here and there, it's been a little bit funky. You can see it right here, and it looks clear because it's print and cut. I'm going to change the color and see if that helps. Sometimes it will show and sometimes it won't. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but being that this is in beta testing, this happens from time to time. I'm going to go ahead and change my canvas back to white and see if that helps at all. But as of right now, it doesn't look like it's going to show us our offset. That's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and change it to white. It's there. Cricut knows it's there. And then I'm going to select both items and click flatten. So we'll go ahead and try it on another one and see if maybe it will work a little bit better. So again, I'm going to change this to 0.1 and apply that. And see, it worked on this one, so I'm not sure what's going on with the other one, but maybe we'll try again and see what happens. But you want to make sure that you change your offsets to white if you don't want them to print a color. Then you want to select the head and the offset and flatten them. So I'll do that for each of my mouse heads, again, mostly just to protect it against any kind of like issues that it may have when it comes to cut. Now, if you accidentally do that where you grab it and move it, just click undo and it'll recenter and then you can grab them and flatten. Sometimes my hand slips and I accidentally grab the wrong thing. So again, we'll see we have this one, click apply, select the offset and change it to white. And I realized I didn't change that other one to white, so I'm going to unflatten that one real quick and reflatten. So I'm going to go back over to this one, select unflatten. Then I want to select the offset and change it to white. It's okay if you forget. You can go back and do it. It's not a big deal. And you don't have to have it white either if you don't want it to be. I'll do black one around this pink one so that you guys can see what that would look like. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one and we'll do an offset. And I'll leave this one black so that when it prints that you guys can kind of see what that looks like. Because it's kind of a cool look. You can use patterns and stuff too for this. So you can kind of make them whatever you want. Now, the one thing I've noticed with the offsets is that over in the layers panel, everything turns black, even though they're print and cut. So keep that in mind when you're doing this, that it may just change all of your images black. But you can see that this guy should have an offset. So what I'm going to do just to double check, I'm going to send him to the front and I'm going to put him in front of something else just to check. And you can see his offset didn't work. So I'm going to unflatten him. I'm going to move him and I'm going to find this invisible offset and delete it. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to redo the offset and see if it'll work this time. Like I said, sometimes it's just kind of funny and they don't always work. It's just a matter of like playing with them. And for some reason, it just doesn't want to work with this one. So we'll just leave it off. It's not a big deal. And that'll actually show you guys how it's going to cut. So we'll just leave it off. It's fine. So let me move these guys over a little bit because what we're going to do now is open up a shape. And we're going to use a square. And this is going to help us get the most out of our paper when we go to print and cut. So what you want to do is unlock your square. And you want to make it 6.75 by 9.25. That is the dimensions that Cricut Design Space can do your print and cuts. Go ahead and right click on your square and click send to back. That's going to put it behind all of your images. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and resize my images so I can fit a bunch of them on the sheet. I want to make sure that you guys can really see them, so I'm not going to make them super small, but I am going to try to make sure that you guys can get a good view of our ears. I can make him a little bigger, I think. Whoops. And if you accidentally grab it, just put it right back or hit undo. I've done that a million times. So I'm going to go ahead and move him over. And like I said, I'm just going to size him down, put him on the sheet. We're going to try to get as much on here as we can. And I'm going to print these 2 times so that you guys can really see what they look like. Because with these, they are going to print on 2 different sheets. I'm going to print you guys 2 different versions so that you guys can kind of see. So we'll do sticker paper, and then we're going to go ahead and do the printable vinyl. So I'm going to go ahead and make a couple little small ones just to fill in these little holes, just for fun. You know, you don't have to do this, but if I've already got holes in my sheet and I can fill it with more stickers, I'm going to go ahead and do that because I don't like to waste my sticker paper, even if it's something as simple as just making some really tiny mouse heads that you can kind of squeeze in. It's still a good idea to kind of fill it with whatever you can. I have a video that shows you guys how to use as much of the paper and material as possible, so I'll link that down below for you guys. It's super easy to do. It's really, really fun. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot that over just a hair. I think that looks pretty good. I could probably fit another one here in the middle if I really wanted to. But let's go ahead and just make a tiny one of this and we'll just see what happens, because we could fit one down here in the center too. Okay, so what you'll need to do now is scroll down in your layers tab, and you can either hide the square by using this little eyeball, or you can just delete it. I'm just going to hide it. And what I'm going to do is select all of the ears that I have here. And what you need to do is click attach. What that does is that tells Cricut Design Space not to move your images when you go to click make it. I'll show you what happens if I don't attach them really quick, just so you can see. So I've unattached, I click detach. And if I click make it right now, what it's going to do is it's going to space them out in the way that it feels necessary. And you can see that it doesn't fit nearly as many on the screen, and it made this guy move over. So what I'm going to do is hit cancel. I'm going to select my mouse heads, if you will, and click attach. Again, now I click make it, and they should stay in the same order in which you place them. And now you can see that all my mouse heads are going to be in the way I wanted them to sit. Now it is going to look like you have a lot of space around some of them because you can't see that white offset. But don't worry, that white offset is there and you don't have to worry. The only one we didn't offset was this plaid one. Now what we'll need to do is hit continue, and I'm going to click send to printer. These are really important steps that you need to make sure that you follow when doing print and cut. I always leave the bleed on. That basically just extends any of the edges of your images just a little bit to make sure that Cricut Design Space doesn't leave white around your images. And then what you want to do is turn on the system dialog. This is going to open your printer options, and then click print. Now this may take a moment to bring up your printer options, but give it just a few seconds and it will bring those up. You want to make sure also that you have the correct printer selected if you have multiple printers. So do keep that in mind as well. Once it brings up your printer settings, make sure again the same printer is selected. I'm using my ET2720, and I'm going to click on the word preferences. It's going to bring up this cool menu that has a lot of really cool options on it. So what I want to do is I'm going to change my quality to high. I found that changing the paper doesn't seem to do much, so I'm just going to leave that as is. But I am going to go to more options. If you go under more options, you'll find a couple things that are kind of handy. Right here we have the additional settings, and you can see that we have high speed. If we turn the high speed off, we're going to get a better quality print. Go ahead and click OK and click print, but only when you have your material loaded. We're going to go ahead and start with the clear sticker paper, and I'm going to show you what the big difference is between using a printable vinyl and a printable sticker paper. So we're going to print this twice. So we'll come back to the machine and print it again in just a second. So if you want to go back and print another sheet like we're going to, because we're going to print it on the printable vinyl, what you can do is up at the top, number 1, just click the print it again, and just click send to printer again. Now you're going to do the same thing. You're going to leave the bleed on and use the system dialog. Click print again and change those preferences. Again, you just want to make sure that you're going to get the best quality print that you possibly can. For whatever reason, Cricut Design Space isn't always giving the best quality prints. I can print from other programs without changing any of the dialogue, the same images, and I get way better quality. So I just think it's something in their software that doesn't communicate really good with your printer. So again, just go into your preferences, change your quality to high, and you may want to play around with your preferences and see what works best for you. I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to go ahead and print out our printable vinyl. So as you can see, I've printed the exact same design on 2 different sheets. This one here is our clear sticker paper. In real life, it does look a little more yellowy than the printable vinyl because this is a clear paper and this one is white. So you're going to see a little bit of a difference. I don't know how well you guys can see that on camera. The lighting hopefully is giving you a good enough look at that, but it is pretty subtle, but that can help you tell the difference. They're both super glossy, and these are by Nito. Nito has a great product. I've been using them for a really long time, and I'm really, really happy with them. So I highly recommend them for their products. They're really, really good. I have a link down below for you guys if you want to shop their website, but they are fantastic. And another cool thing, it's all made in the USA. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with our clear sticker paper since that's the one we printed first. Now with the clear sticker paper, it is so glossy. Can you guys see how glossy that is? What I love is that my Cricut can cut this glossy paper. The vinyl is also super glossy, and I have yet to have any issues with it reading the cut lines. I know that's an issue for a lot of people when they do these, is that anything glossy the Cricut really doesn't like. But this has been an absolute dream to work with, so it's really easy. I'm gonna go ahead and pull our machine in to the frame so that you guys can see this cut. I'm just using my Cricut Maker, so you can do this with your Explorer as well. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and load it. Now I am gonna need to turn off my one light there so you guys can see. I'm gonna turn these off so you can see it got a little darker. But I'm gonna go ahead and load this really quick, and then I'm gonna turn the overhead light off because I want you guys to see the light that turns on to read your cut lines. So, and now you should be able to, with any luck, see the light here that's gonna turn on. It's a little hard to see, but it will turn on, and it's going to be right between the cradles. Can you see how it got bright right there? What it's going to do now is scan the lines. It's going to scan the tops and the sides and the bottom of the lines. That's going to tell Cricut where your paper is sitting. It helps to get a more accurate cut. Now it is important to calibrate your machine, especially if you're having print and cut issues. I'll link below the video where I show you guys how easy it is to calibrate your machine for print and cut, but it's something really important that you do need to do. And if you're having a lot of issues and it's still not cutting well, contact Cricut, because sometimes the sensors can go bad. So now that it's done scanning here, it should be done in just a second. It'll pop over to the side because I have a Maker. It's going to check that I have the right tool put in, and I'm cutting this on the medium cardstock setting so that I get a die cut sticker. So go ahead and watch this cut. Once it's done cutting, I'll go ahead and turn the lights back on for you guys so you can see a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and unload, and we'll peel this one off of the mat. Like I said, I wanted die cut stickers. Now I will tell you that I can already see that it did get a little bit of a funky cut down here where it's not fully lined up. And my offsets are very, very not like smooth, which could be the Cricut, could be the images. But you can see down here at the bottom, it got a little bit off when it cut. So that's kind of a bummer. I may need to recalibrate, but that's okay. We're really just doing this to see the difference in sticker paper versus printable vinyl. So I'm not really worried. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and flip my mat upside down, and I'm gonna peel my stickers off my mat just by kind of rolling my mat back and getting the edge of the sticker to come up. And I'm just gonna go ahead and peel that off. Now we're gonna go ahead and print and cut. We're gonna go ahead and cut the vinyl next. These little ones are kind of hard to get off. And that one, we'll see how that goes. But I think it'll do fine. Like I said, this one got a little bit off, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. Like I said, we may need to recalibrate. It's not the sticker sheet's problem because I just did a set of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that real quick so you guys can see what I'm doing. So then this is our vinyl. This is super shiny, super glossy. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna line this up. I'm gonna turn my mat this way. I have a little bit better time doing it sometimes this way. And you wanna make sure that you get this as straight as you can to the edge and as straight as you can to the top. And then I'm just gonna press this down nice and evenly. And then we will load this into the machine again. Make sure it's under those white tabs. Go ahead and click the on. Now I'll leave the lights on since you guys have seen this go once. It's gonna do the same thing. It's gonna scan. I'm gonna change the cut setting though for this. I found that heavy cardstock gives me my full cut. So let me change the cut setting. Now that it's done cutting that one, again, we used the heavy cardstock setting. We'll go ahead and unload and remove the backing paper here. Now this one, I can see we did have a little cut issue right there. Again, it's mostly the design. That's why I like to put the offset behind them. But this one just didn't really like the offset, and that's okay, it happens. So we'll just have to remove that a little more careful than what we just did. And then we'll go ahead and get the rest of these off. So like I said, the offset being in beta can kind of cause some problems, so just keep that in mind that we're still working out any kinks. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this off and close this and get this out of the way so that we can unload this mat, and then we can talk about the difference and show you the difference in the different products. So again, I'm going to flip my mat over and just peel these off. Again, we're going to go real careful with this one because he cut kind of funky. And we'll get these and this one. So I've laid everything out. So this side is the clear printable stickers. So everything right here. And then this section is the printable vinyl. So just looking at them in general, they don't really look a whole lot different. They look very, very similar. They actually feel a little bit different. This one is just a little bit lighter feeling, and this one has a little bit more of a texture to the top of it. But you can see they're both very, very glossy. So they don't look a whole lot different. But where you're really going to see the difference is when you put them on something. So I have a light piece of cardstock and a dark piece of cardstock to show you guys the difference. So all I'm going to do is I'm slide these guys over a little bit. I'm going to slide these guys up just to keep them separate. And I'm going to place the stickers onto these pieces of cardstock. So again, light one and a dark one. And I will do all the stickers so that you guys can really see what they look like. So we'll start here. This is our clear sticker paper. Now I am terrible at peeling off the backs of stickers. So what I like to do is I get my pin pen, and my pin pen is super helpful when it comes to getting the backs off of stickers for me. I'm just not very good at it. Like I've never, even as a kid, it was terrible at getting them off. I always end up like ruining the sticker. So this can be a little bit of a tricky task, but once you get it started, it's fine. I just am terrible at it. Like normal people, probably not bad at it. Me, awful. So I'm going to show you guys this guy. So if you look, this is our clear paper. Look at, you lose kind of all that detail in the pink in the background. You can still kind of see it, but it's just not as bright, and it really doesn't show very well. Now on white paper, this would be fine. So depending on what you're going to use it for, you know, clear might be okay. And then this is the vinyl. Look at that. Do you see the difference? You can really, really see how bright this one is. So if I were to put, let's do the leopard print one. We'll do the leopard print one on here because I think this one will be really fun against this. So again, we have the clear one and our printable vinyl. Now another thing to note is, where are you going to use these stickers? Not so much also what, but where. So if you want to use these outside, like on a car as a bumper sticker or a decal, I would highly recommend using the printable vinyl over the printable sticker paper. The printable vinyl is waterproof, and the printable stickers are just water resistant. So these probably wouldn't do great outside. So you can see, again, you really don't get a lot of definition. You kind of lose some of the look of the leopard print with the sticker paper. But if you use the printable vinyl, you have a nice white background. So I really do, I think you get a ton of different options, and it's just a matter of what you're going to use them on and what you want them to look like. Like I love these pink roses, and I think that they're probably really, really pretty in a light color on something white or like a cup. So I made these stickers, and you can see I put them on a cup. So this is our clear sticker paper. This is the printable vinyl. You can really see the difference in them. But I really think that these ones would be really fun either way. So let's take a look and see what this pink's gonna look like on the paper. And we'll do a couple more of these so you guys can see the difference. But I just thought these were so fun, and I really wanted to show you guys a little bit of a difference in printing. I think the print quality on both is fantastic. They're really, really high quality, but I will say, depending on what you're going to use them for, the clear may not be what you're looking for. Because again, it pulls a lot of that blue color. But if you want that true pink, you'll want to use a printable vinyl. And again, if you're doing this outside or on a cup, I would recommend doing printable vinyl as well. But for stickers, this is a fantastic sticker paper, but the printable vinyl is fantastic. So let's do this plaid one. This one's going to be a little tougher to peel just because it has all these little pieces parts. So we're going to go slow on this guy. So this is our clear one. This is our clear sticker paper. So again, he's got a lot of pieces parts at the top, so I'm just going to try to go real slow. Try to get all the parts to come up. There we go. So what do you think? Should we put him on the light one or should we put him on the dark? Let's put him on the light because I feel like the light's going to look a little bit better against all that, because you can still see a lot of the details. And then this is our printable vinyl, which again is just going to be white. But I think it's so fun. And once you guys have these in your hands, you will feel the difference. Get a little bubble. I think there was actually something on my paper. But you'll feel the difference in these. You'll feel how this one is a little bit more of a texture. This one is very, very smooth, more plasticky feeling. But you can really see the difference in the print and what they look like. You lose, like I said, a lot of that bright pinkness in those. This one is really neat. I think this one would be fun on any color paper because it's kind of cool. But you can really see what the difference is between printable vinyl and the printable sticker paper. So again, both of these are made in the USA, but again, I would recommend the printable vinyl for anything that you're putting outside or you're going to wash. That's something to consider when doing this. So there is a difference between the two products, and a lot of people will use the printable vinyl if they're going to do the outdoor stuff or on cups, which I would absolutely recommend. Printable sticker paper does also come in a white version, but I wanted to show you the difference in the clear. So again, if you're selling stickers and people intend to put them outside, I would recommend a printable vinyl. But if you are clear with people and let them know that the stickers are not meant to be outside, you could use printable sticker paper. You do have other options as well. You can always add laminates to your sticker paper. That way they will have the UV protectant on them. Now this one I don't think is really going to show very well at all on this because it is so dark. But it's just something to consider when you're going to be a sticker maker or seller. What are you going to want to do with your stickers? Things like that. How much money do you want to spend and making your stickers? Printable vinyl is a little more expensive, but again, it is much more durable. But if you're doing planner stickers and things like that, plain sticker paper will be fine. You can also use clear permanent vinyl on top, and that will also help seal any of your stickers if you're using a sticker paper. So it's just something to think about. There's lots of differences, but these products are great for pretty much everything. They're really easy to work with. I had a lot of fun making these. I've been using these stickers a ton, both of the printable vinyl and the sticker paper. They are just fun to work with, fun to play with. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in those comments down below. I'll be sure to link both of these products directly for you guys down below. I am such a fan of the Nito products. The company is great. Again, they're made in the USA and they are really high quality. So I hope you guys had fun learning a little bit about the difference between the sticker paper and printable vinyl. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in those comments down below. I'm always happy to answer those for you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And if you're not over on my Instagram, make sure to pop over there and give me a follow. I post a lot of the previews for crafts that we're going to be doing on the channel, as well as lots of fun stuff in my Instagram stories, and I do some giveaways over there as well, so you won't want to miss out. It is Corinne_Blackstone Crafts over on Instagram. I will link it below for you guys. I hope you all have a great day and happy crafting.